Greetings, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to pick number 8 of my 30 favorite bass players of all time. We've been counting down each and every day here this month in June 2025. Our 30 favorite bass players across all genres: blues, rock, metal, prog, jazz, fusion, blues, country, whatever. Doesn't matter. As long as you love them, you pick them, and we're ranking them in the order that we like them. We're going to march all the way up to number one. My number one favorite will be on the 30th of this month. And then, of course, starting on July the 1st, we're going to do the exact same thing, but with keyboard players this time. So that's coming up right around the corner. We're just about a week away from that. So as we finish up our bass player ranking here. So today, this particular player was one of the greats, of course. He's no longer with us, sadly, but boy, has he been influential throughout his career in a great band, pretty big band too, I might add. Let me bring to the stage none other than Mr. John Entwistle. That's right, Lewis Nasser is all sorts of happy today. Lewis, I know he's probably ranking even a little bit higher on your list, right? But yeah, one of the absolute greats. Member of The Who throughout his career, also had a nice little solo career on the side. Played a lot of different basses throughout his career. I mean, pretty much Fender Precision was one of his axes of choice throughout much of his career, but he also played the Status Graphite Buzzard bass. He played a Rickenbacker for a little bit. Also played a Thunderbird 4, I believe it was. But most probably known for that alembic bass, that with that weird kind of small shaped body and whatnot. He played that a lot throughout like the latter part of the mid late 70s into the 80s. That was pretty cool bass. Also played a Dan Electro Longhorn bass. So yeah, and he's had some signature basses here and there and whatnot. Don't even know exactly which one this is in the picture here. It's one of, I think it's one of those that I just mentioned. But yeah, a terrific, terrific player. Very melodic. But I mean, did he record one of the first ever bass solos in a song on My Generation all those years ago? Quite possibly. I think, back in this time periods, mid late 60s, besides for him and maybe Jack Bruce, not too many guys doing like lead bass type stuff. And remember the first time you heard that bass solo in My Generation? It's like, whoa, that's the bass player doing that. Holy cow. Very, very cool. But yeah, very nimble fingers, heavy, heavy bottom ends, always very, very melodic. They call him the Ox for a reason, and he just was the anchor of that band at all times. Especially when you have, Keith Moon's maniacal drumming, and you got, Pete Townsend doing all sorts of great chords and riffs and things like that. And then you got Entwistle there, right? It's just one of those bands where you have all four people throw Daltrey into the mix, right? You got four very, very unique musicians and individuals that, all make up the whole that is the Who. Kind of take one of them out of the equation. It's not quite the same, right? So let's talk about favorite albums featuring Entwistle's playing. So I had gone in this morning ready and willing to throw Tommy as my first choice. I love Tommy. And I started to think about it. I'm like, and I don't normally do this on these type of shows, right? You know me with live albums, right? When I'm talking this stuff, sometimes I will pick them, but usually I don't. I go with studio stuff. But I decided to go with Live at Leeds and specifically the deluxe edition. And you want to know why? Well, because he's amazing on here for one. But I really wanted to pick Tommy as my first album choice. But quite frankly, usually when I want to listen to Tommy in its entirety, I'll go and listen to it on here because they play pretty much all of it on here. Also on the Isle of Wight, live at the Isle of Wight Festival. Both of those, to me, both of those recordings of Tommy are absolutely incredible because it's more lively, it's heavier, all that sort of thing. So, you get all those great tracks from Tommy on here. Entwistle is just so upfront and heady and high in the mix. But then also on here, you got Heaven and Hell, which is that great Entwistle composition, right? That they never put on an album proper, right? But they played it live. So good. He's amazing on Fortune Teller and Young Man Blues. Man, him and Townsend are just like crushing on that. And then of course you got him doing his thing on the extended My Generation. Magic Bus is great, shaking all over. I mean, he's bumbling on shaking all over. So for me, this might be the best representation of what, Entwistle could do, especially in a live format, right? When you really hear him and he's just there, just booming away. So good. So, so good. All right. My second choice has to be Who's Next, right? Getting here with the deluxe edition. I mean, he's his signature stuff on Won't Get Fooled Again and Bob O'Reilly. And then, of course, you got My Wife on here, which is one of his songs. Um, you know, Getting in Tune, Love Ain't for Keeping Bargain. Man, he's just so good. And such a melodic player, too. It's like, you always expected that Entwistle was going to be there doing some stuff that's just as interesting, maybe, as what Townsend is doing. Townsend with all his different chords and things like that, right? Just so good. Who's Next? Classic, classic album. And then, of course, you know what number three's got to be, right? It's got to be Quadrophenia. Absolutely has to be Quadrophenia. Has to be. The Real Me title track, 515. Oh, so good. Let's not forget his horn stuff on here. That's just crazy, right? Love Rain Army, Dr. Jimmy, all classic material, all classic John Entwistle, of course. So it's not hard to pick these albums. And plus also too, the Who never had a million albums. Yeah, there's some good Entwistle solo stuff, right? But it's not like the discography of John Entwistle or the band themselves is enormous, right? There's just so much to choose from. To me, it's like, those three albums are the absolute pinnacle of their career. And maybe you can consider one of the earlier albums, right? Sell Out, or Quick One, right? It's great stuff on there too. But for me, Tommy, Who's Next, Quadrophenia, three of the greatest albums of all time. And like I said, I love the studio album, Tommy, but man, when they played it live on the two tours after that, that's to me, that's the way Tommy needs to be heard. As far as my favorite song, this also was fairly easy here. It'd be really easy to pick My Generation, right? Right? Yeah. But nope. There's a reason why I'm keeping this up here. It's got to be The Real Me. I mean, how about that lead barrage to open up the song? And listen to all the stuff he's doing in that song. That is a masterclass in gymnastic melodic bass playing within the confines of a very cool rock song. All right. Entwistle is on fire on The Real Me. I mean, Daltrey's singing the lines, and there's Entwistle right underneath him, right? When Daltrey takes a break, Entwistle pops in, right? Pete's just kind of playing his stuff in the background, but man, Entwistle is just rampaging throughout this whole track, and it's so, so good. So that was an easy pick for me. The Real Me of a Quadrophenia is my favorite pick of song. And like I said, so we've got Quadrophenia, we've got Ooze Next, we've got Live at Leeds. It's all John Entwistle, folks. One of the absolute greats. He's my pick today for pick number 8. Right, we got 7 more to go. Probably thinking, who else could be on this list, Pete? Well, some pretty notable guys are coming. Some pretty notable guys are coming, just like this one here. So let us know what you think of Mr. Entwistle down in the comments below. Let me turn off the Prezi app. Yeah, he didn't make it to this shirt, unfortunately. This is bought this on one of the later tours. In think I bought this on the tour. God, what year was this? 2007. This was the 2006, 2007 tour. So he was already gone. I bought this when I saw them up in Boston at the old Boston Garden. So what was it called? TD Bank North Arena, whatever it was called. So it seems like so long ago. But I got to see them with Entwistle once. That was at the Shea Stadium show. They were the first ever retirement tour. It's 82. So I did see him with the band then. I saw them at Madison Square Garden like 2 months after he died. They were great. That was the best I ever saw them. But it was just kind of bittersweet that John had just passed away. They got Pino Palladino to come in. They fulfilled all the tour dates because he passed away suddenly like that. But how cool would it have been if Entwistle was there that night too? But still, it's history, obviously, right? So Anyway, that's my pick for today, John Entwistle. Let us know what you think of John down in the comments below, as well as your pick for today. I've seen plenty of pick Entwistle, so you already had him on your list. Some of you may still be coming, right? So, and visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube all together all the damn time. Please subscribe if you haven't already and click on that notification bell so you get alert of all of our content as it posts. And please do hit the like button before you leave. Also, down below, we got the links to our Ko-Fi page for channel donations. We got our merch page if you want to get some cool Sea of Tranquility stuff. We got shirts, we got hats, we got all sorts of cool stuff. A lot of different styles, so go check that out. We've got the Ko-Fi page down below. Like I just mentioned, we've got the Cameo page if you want me to do a personalized video for you. We got the Sea of Tranquility membership options. We've also got a Sea of Tranquility Instagram page. Peter Pardo, SOT is the name of the Instagram. So go check that out. Peter Pardo, SOT, all one word, and go follow us there. I've been posting all sorts of stuff there, channel related, music related, fun related, whatever. It's kind of also like a personal Instagram thing for me. So you'll get all sorts of wacky stuff on there. So come join in on the fun over on Instagram. And we'll see you soon here with more stuff. What's coming up? Got Jamie Laszlo's coming up with a listening room tonight. So stay tuned for that. Should have all sorts of other stuff all throughout the week. Please don't miss all the content that was posted over the weekend. We posted a ton of stuff this weekend. So we got the latest edition of What Is It? Our all-star panel talking about the Doors, trying to figure out what the hell the music of the Doors is all about, the greatness of the Doors. That was yesterday. We've got interview with Antoine Fafard, the great fusion bass player. George Lemmy conducted an excellent interview. We've got the latest edition of Let's Jam with Eric Porter. We've got the review crew went live this weekend. We've got yeah, all sorts of stuff. Also, the Four Fusion Friday four-song battle went up live this weekend. So a lot of stuff happened over the last couple of days on the channel in case you missed it. So please do go back and check it out. You've got we don't have big panel stuff for the remainder of this week, so now you got time to go back and check out all the stuff you missed. So go investigate, and we'll see you soon here with more stuff. We've got live album Love coming up this Friday with Rick Levante and myself. We've got the UK Connection coming up this weekend. We've got ranking the albums this weekend. I believe Craig Kaminsky is going to be bringing us ranking the albums of Nashville Pussy, and I will be bringing you ranking the albums of Balance. I'm also going to be working on probably for the following weekend Black Oak, Arkansas. So that's all coming up in the days and weeks ahead. So stay tuned for all of it. Till next time, I'm Pete Pardo. Thanks for watching, everybody. Take care. Bye bye.